Nostradamus was born in the 16th century and was famous for his prophecies and predictions. Some people think he was right about Hitler and World War II, and now people are worried that he may have been right about a zombie apocalypse. He predicted that in 2021, zombies would start roaming the street, and now the CDC isn't taking any chances at all, and they're putting together guidelines for a zombie apocalypse. The CDC says the first thing you need to do is prepare an emergency kit with food, water, and other emergency supplies. Then they say you should create an emergency plan, including a meetup spot for your family if you guys are separated. The CDC says they would handle a zombie invasion like they do any other pandemic, tracking cases, doing testing, and all that sort of thing. They do have more information if you're worried about a zombie apocalypse on their website, cdc.gov. At the CBS 17 Digital Desk, I'm digital reporter Judith Ratana.
The government is trying to prepare us for this. A zombie apocalypse. The infamous astrologer Nostradamus predicted something like this could happen in 2021. Specifically, he said a scientist is going to create a, quote, biological weapon that will bring the dead back to life. CDC says, well, that's not likely to happen, but just in case, the agency wants you to be prepared. They have a new ad campaign telling you to get ready for the emergency. It includes this poster advising you to get a kit, make a plan, and be prepared. CDC experts say you should prepare for zombies just like you would prepare for any real-life emergency. They want you to create an emergency kit with essentials like food and water, medications, important documents, and first aid. You can find the full zombie survival guide or advice for any other emergencies. It's up right now on the CDC website. As hilarious as that may seem, you know, 2020 and 2021 brought us things that we never expected. So why rule it out? You know, why not just prepare?
The day the zombies show up will be the day.
Yeah,
you won't see me.
Right. Oh, exactly. Me either. We won't be at work. We'll be with the zombies.
Republican Senator Tom Coburn triggering our Washington Watchdog report, and ABC's Jonathan Karl has what is in his report.
The zombie apocalypse. This isn't some really bad B movie. It's an actual scene from the 2012 Counterterrorism Summit attended by law enforcement officials around the country. Summit tickets, $1,000 a pop, paid for with your tax dollars. The zombies look scary, but organizers say the skit was solely to add levity to an otherwise serious meeting on protecting the homeland. Senator Tom Coburn says it's just another example of more than $7 billion in questionable homeland security spending every year.
It's blown. Wasted.
In a new report, Coburn cites example after example, including nearly $30,000 for an underwater robot in Columbus, Ohio, the $69,000 hovercraft for Indianapolis, and this. The sleepy town of Keene, New Hampshire, citing the need to secure its annual Pumpkin Festival, was awarded a grant to buy a Bearcat armored vehicle. Price tag nearly $250,000. Department of Homeland Security told us its grants, quote, make our communities safer places to live. Coburn says there's just too much waste.
So the examples you cite here are the tip of the iceberg? Sure. All over the government, everywhere you look, is what? Is waste, incompetence, and stupidity.
Then again, can you ever be too prepared for the zombie apocalypse? Jonathan Karl, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
This is the Good Day DC After Show.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, Mike with the cameo.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Photo bombing.
He can't actually talk, but he's here. Do it again, Mike.
Yeah.
Weather bomb. There you go.
What does your mask say? There's some writing.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this like team coverage for the weather here on the after show?
No, we're not talking about weather. We're talking about our weekend plans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
No, it's not like that. There's nothing going on.
WandaVision coming to America, and what else?
Oprah interview with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry.
You guys, we have serious information that I must share.
Okay, share.
It might upend all of our weekend plans because apparently the CDC has put out new guidelines, tips on sharing and surviving, I should say, a zombie apocalypse.
What?
I'm not making this up.
The CDC?
This is starting to trend right now. The CDC.
We did the story like 3 days ago, though.
Okay, well, it's back. They're telling me that we need to do it again, Tucker. So I'm just taking direction, right? So maybe someone spotted a zombie.
You sold it to me, Holly, but I think we reported this like 3 days ago.
Well, it's my first time hearing about it.
Okay, thank you, Marissa. Wisdom, have you heard about it?
No, I didn't know zombies were
great.
real.
Well, clearly Tucker was watching another news program because we didn't have it. Okay, here we go. So Nostradamus, you know, he actually predicted in 2021 that there would be a Russian scientist create a biological weapon that will produce a virus and turn humankind into zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the human race will end as we know it. I mean, this is like a real thing that he predicted. I mean, it's pretty ominous. You ready? This is what he said. Few young people, half dead to give a start, dead through spite. He will cause the others to shine, and in an exalted place, some great evils to occur.
I like how he always spoke in like sort of like, you know,
right?
Abstract.
Do we really understand what he's saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how they got Russian scientists out of this, but they did. Sad concepts will come to harm each one. Temporal, dignified, the mass to succeed. Fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows.
What?
Women in mourning. The pestilent she. Monster. The great one to be no more. All the world to end. Now.
This weekend?
Well, in 2021. It might be starting this weekend. But here's the thing. The CDC has actually put out guidelines for an emergency preparedness kit in case zombies, you know, flesh-eating zombies start to come and attack you. Do you have the right things in place? Do you have water? See, Steve's researching it right now.
No, he's not researching it. He is one.
Well, then, you know,
Cue up the Thriller music.
Yeah. Then, Tucker, you need your kit now.
Okay,
but
so
they're really, look it up, Marissa. There's a real CDC guidelines, and this is starting to trend. I mean, somebody clearly had it 3 days ago, according to Tucker, but it's trending now.
Here's the thing, Holly. What did Nostradamus say about coming to America too? That's what I want to know.
Well, this is what's scary. He said it would be funny, but not as funny as the first, and some might be disappointed. So he was right on.
Okay, all right. And what did he say about the final, the finale of WandaVision? See, those are the questions I want to know from Nostradamus.
Well, he had all that. It's a different chapter of the book.
Oh, it's a different chapter.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I could be Nostradamus. Hang on. I see a team in a uniform will win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. And it will be within the confines of the United States.
Yes.
And the game will be played in January.
Yeah.
And the quarterback's initials will be TB.
Right, exactly.
Right about that. He was right about that.
Yeah, right? So anyway, I don't know. I don't make that stuff up. They just tell me that we needed to talk about it because it is on fire on the web.
What is it? So there's a zombie kit?
Yeah, right here. It's a preparedness
What
kit.
is it? What's in a zombie preparedness kit?
Well, funny you should ask. The first thing you need is a gallon of water per person per day. Food, stock up on non-perishable items that you eat regularly, get your medications, all your prescriptions. Tools and supplies. They suggest something like a utility knife, duct tape, battery-powered radio. Household bleach, soap, towels, clothing and bedding.
Sounds like a serial killer kit.
Right?
Clearly, there's some effort to be humorous here, but I think after the COVID pandemic, I'm not feeling funny about this.
Yeah, right,
And,
exactly.
you know, go ahead, bring it on at this point. Like, I could care.
Copies of your driver's license, passport, birth certificate, first aid supplies.
Why would I need that? Just keep it all because I guess
all important
zombies don't
papers.
die.
You know,
They'll be
all your
here.
important papers you need in one place.
Okay.
I think, like Tucker's right. I think obviously this is the CDC being a little bit funny. I mean, Nostradamus did predict this, but I think the CDC is using it as a chance for us to all maybe be prepared for a natural disaster.
Yeah. And we need a little levity too, so I do appreciate that. It's been a tough year.
Well, if we're not prepared now, we ever be prepared? I mean, I got enough toilet paper, and by the way, that's good for zombie apocalypse too. And I got enough other supplies to last me
zombie
like
might
6 more
scare the
months.
out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just keep the shades closed and I just peek out the side like that creepy guy. No, I'm fully in on this.
You're like the zombies have nothing on me.
Oh yeah,
I
nothing.
got your creepy.
Are there any weapons on that list?
Let me see. Let me
Well, you know you
check
can't
my
kill
CDC
zombies.
list.
Right.
You can cut their head off.
Is that how you kill a
still
zombie?
just slide and-
Now,
No,
how
once
do
you
you
cut-
kill a zombie?
Once you cut the head off, it's done.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saw it
So
on The
that
Walking
maybe
Dead.
that's why they had the knife there.
Yeah.
The utility
Well,
knife. It was listed.
But you're gonna need something bigger than a utility knife. You're probably gonna need like a machete or a chainsaw.
Or an axe.
Or an axe. Yeah. 2 of those I actually have in my house.
It did.
Actually, and you know another way you can kill a
Sorry,
zombie.
did he just say you had a machete and an axe?
No,
I mean, 2 of the 3. It really doesn't matter which 2.
It doesn't matter which 2. Also, another way you can kill a zombie, according to, you know, what I've seen on television, is to blow his head off.
Well, what about garlic? What do you use?
No, that's
garlic?
for vampires.
Vampires.
And that's just to keep them away. I think with a vampire, you have to drive a stake through their heart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Or or you put them out in the sunlight and they'll just burn up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about a vampire because if you don't invite them inside your house, they can't come in.
Can I just say real quick?
They have to have an invite.
If this really goes down, I'm hanging out with Wisdom. He knows all kinds of
Right?
And
I have no
weapons.
clue, man. He's got like
weapons.
100 ways to kill a zombie here.
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm going axe and chainsaw. I think that's the two you have.
Well,
I think so. Too.
Axe
well,
and
you can blow their brains out too.
How
You
do
can
they
blow
get
their head
you?
off.
Okay, guys.
I don't even know
say you
how
have
does a
that
zombie
too.
get, like, they bite you? What do they do?
Yeah, they're supposed to bite. They're supposed to bite you, and you turn into a zombie. But
Well, then, yeah, they're like the undead,
Yeah.
right? And then you become undead?
Yeah.
Is it that kind of thing?
yeah, then you
Well,
slowly turn.
Considering most of my teeth are either fake or in bad shape, I'd be a terrible zombie. I
Well,
like biting. I wouldn't even break
the zombies
flesh.
don't have caps on their teeth either.
They don't. They don't
I've
have
really
teeth.
never seen a good-looking zombie, if I'm being honest. I mean,
Right.
generally, it's not a good look.
I can't believe we're spending all this time talking about zombies.
It's fascinating. I just need to get my kit together
Well,
this weekend.
you know
Gotta
what?
go
Just
shopping.
come up to Clarksburg. I got it. I got plenty of stuff. I got
And Chef Daddy's
chainsaws.
got all the food, too,
right,
so,
he
you
does.
know.
Yeah, I got chainsaws. I got weapons.
Well, Tucker, will Chef
Multiple-
Daddy be able to
multiple
grill? Oh,
What
did
is
you
that?
bring
a
those?
Can
zombie
you hit
forecast?
a zombie over the head with a pan? That's the
You
question.
can't hit a zombie with a pan. That's not going to do anything.
You hit it hard enough, you'll knock their head off.
No, you won't. You've never seen that before.
We've
What
never
in
seen
the-
going
zombies
on?
before.
What is going on?
What
right
is
now?
going on over there?
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, weather, Tucker.
Yeah, let's do some business. Hey, listen, guys, it's going to be chilly this weekend. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is for zombies to sort of optimal biting.
Well, they're
weather.
dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
45 this afternoon. Listen, it's breezy out there, so even with the sunshine, it's gonna be a cool afternoon. Cold tonight if you're trying to do the outdoor dining, and then a chilly weekend, but dry weekend, guys. Both Saturday and Sunday featuring dry conditions, kind of in and out of the clouds Saturday and Sunday, and then all next week we're gonna be talking about springtime warm up. 60s by Tuesday, upper 60s by Wednesday, and I think right now we'll get to 70 by next Thursday, and that would be our first one since all the way back in last November.
Okay. So one of our viewers said that a pan will not kill a zombie, that we need to get it together. So, look, I did just Google how to kill a zombie.
Okay.
And you're right, Wisdom, they do recommend decapitation as the number one way.
Told you.
Yeah, it just lop off the cranium with a chainsaw, machete, or samurai sword. Says so right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a sword at home. I'll be fine.
Well, it says mind the follow through, though, because anything less than 100% severance just isn't good enough.
Follow through with the task. That's all.
Right.
Bludgeoning, burning, exploding.
Yeah, they explode.
Apparently
If you
those
shoot them in their head will explode. But you got to make sure it's blown clean off.
Oh gosh, I have to buy weapons too now.
What happens if you chop off a head and then you realize, oops, that wasn't a zombie?
Just someone ugly.
Yeah. Then you're doing time.
Yeah,
Like,
then that's a different story, and we'll be talking about it on the news.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
See, this could lead to go bad places. I'm
Oh
going
my
to just
gosh.
lay low. All right, have a
Watch
good weekend,
Coming
guys.
to
All of
America.
you.
Just watch Coming to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friday.
Safer.
WandaVision
And Oprah.
and Oprah.
You get an Oprah. You get an Oprah. You get an Oprah.
This is the Good Day DC After Show.
If you're the kind of person who strategizes about how to survive The Walking Dead, this could be crucial life-saving information. Researchers have rated the best and worst cities in the case of zombie apocalypse. Economic Modeling Specialists International ranked cities on their ability to defend against a zombie attack, stockpiling food, containing zombies, finding a cure. And if you live in New York City, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're toast. The city got the worst rating, followed by Tampa, Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino, California. Southern California really stinks. And Chicago, so the nation's three biggest cities, right? Best place to be? Boston. The city was rated as the place you most likely would survive. Other contenders here, Salt Lake City, Columbus, Ohio, Baltimore, Virginia Beach, and Norfolk, Virginia. But, I just have a problem with this, right? Here I live in New York City, and I will admit that Manhattan may not be the best place to survive a zombie apocalypse. Number one, the food is going to go really fast. Number two, they can climb stairs, and as everyone knows, your buildings go up really high. But think if you live in Brooklyn, also part of New York City or Staten Island. You could contain the threat to Manhattan and still have lots of farmland to grow food. I think if you live in Brooklyn, you'll be just fine. I'm not a scientist.
One thing I get asked all the time is if I believe that the zombie apocalypse is going to happen.
Zombitsu, first aid, crossbow.
I'll be ready if it does. I guess I started the camp this is our third year, actually. We rent a hunting camp in the middle of South Jersey.
We're going to be using live firearms. These are real guns and guns.
It's a weekend-long course where we talk about the survival skills that you would need during a zombie apocalypse, or any kind of natural disaster. There's 4 trainers. Everybody has kind of a different skill set. Zombitsu is a style of martial arts that was developed here at our camp by Jonas.
It becomes a lot harder for him to bite you.
He studied all kinds of martial arts over the last 30 years or so and kind of broke down and stole parts and pieces of them to focus on how a zombie would attack you with their arms, their hands, or trying to bite you. One thing we teach in our course is our transportation class. And basically what that is, and we'll probably get in trouble for this, is how to acquire a vehicle if you don't have the keys, or hot wiring a car. The reason we did that, because every horror movie you see, somebody will jump into a car to save themselves and they don't have the keys, or they drop the keys, or they can't get the car started. Please start. So Ed, we call him the Reverend, he's been in the industry, as a mechanic in the industry for years. And he now shows people at our camp how to hotwire a car.
Both of these are hot.
One thing we teach is our advanced first aid. The nice thing about pigskin is it's a lot like human skin.
Take your sutures, hold those.
The main things we focus on are stitches or sutures. We teach people how to give injections, and we talk about severe trauma wounds, like a bullet wound or something like that. Insurance to cover the firearms, to staying overnight, and some of the things that we do here at the camp was a bit challenging. Fortunately, through the NRA, we were able to get some, firearms and the insurances we need. We probably have 3 or 4 different policies. Not much has changed since we started the business over the last couple of years, other than we're filling more weekends because we have a lot more interest. Our advertising, which is primarily just online, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or our website. Woo! I'd say right now it's more fun than it is profitable. Do I think the doomsday is here? The end of the world is coming? Hopefully not too soon.